I really feel like Unifi's at a crossroads right now, but to give it a little context, let's go back to the beginning. About 10 years ago, we started to put Unifi air cams into some of our offices. These were nice $2,000 or $3,000 systems that our clients really liked, we really liked and supported them. But what happened, and without notice, they would end of life a camera. And what that would mean is that we would either have to orphan them on a version of Unifi Video or get rid of the old cameras to put new cameras on a newer version of Unifi Video. Both of these scenarios meant that we had to go back to our customer after a short period of time, I'm talking a year or two, and tell them that either A, they couldn't add new cameras to their system, or B, they had to get rid of their old cameras. That was a real bummer. Well, I feel like over the past few years, Unifi has gotten a lot better about these policies. They make really nice stuff. As a managed service provider, we really like their networking equipment. As a matter of fact, their access points I feel like are probably the gold standard in our industry. And so that's actually made up for some of the shortcomings that we've had with some of their other products. As a matter of fact, we switched back to using Protect in dozens of our client sites. And that brings me to my point. A few weeks ago, I started to notice comments on our Unifi Access Enterprise video about how many users you could use on that system using UID. And so in our building, we have about 75 to 80 users that come to our building on a daily basis. 42 of the people that come to the building are UID members. And it works really well for us. That setup is really nice and it's all included under the free version of UID, which was basically why I bought the system. Now fast forward a year and they've gone from 50 free users to 5 free users and 5 guests with an unpaid account. And honestly, I don't think that's enough for anybody to use the system. And on top of that, it's now $5 per user. So if I added my 42 UID users, it'd be roughly $210 a month to use the access system the way it was when I first set it up. And nobody's gonna pay $210 a month to use their door access system. Now, fortunately, my system hasn't changed. I still have my 42 users working perfectly, but I don't know if that's ever gonna change. If I do an update, am I gonna go down to 5 users? Now that's for me individually, but if I had sold it to a client, now I have to go to that client and tell them the stuff that I promised them no longer works the way that they intended it to, and that they have to pay either a monthly fee or they have their system fettered in some way. So I'm once again at a spot where I can't recommend a product I like to my clients, and that stinks. Furthermore, if you look at Ubiquiti's pipeline, they're looking to get into the structure of the modern office. And if they're going to sell this kind of infrastructure, they need to be looking at a 5 to 10 year lifespan. People are not going to invest in their property, plant, and equipment for a 2 or 3 year, or even in this case, a 1 year change in policy like this. These things need to be stable, they need to be upgradable, and they need to have policies that stay the same over long periods of time. You're not going to put in a door management system and then rip it out a year later. It's not a laptop, it's not a TV on a wall. This is integrated into the structure of your building. So where does that leave us? Obviously, we really like Unifi products. They are a bit of a premium, and they are enclosed systems. But we've come to accept that, and we have no problem with passing along that premium to our clients. I think of it like the Apple analogy. It's an expensive product, but it's a good product. But what we can't have is short lifespans of these products. They need to be able to last a long time and be supported for a long time. And we need to be able to tell our clients that what we sold them is what we delivered, and not go back to the mid-lifespan and tell them that either they have to buy a different product or upgrade the current product. That's just not tenable. I, for one, am really excited about these Ubiquiti products, and I want to put them in my clients' offices. But Ubiquiti has to earn our trust, and these types of policies don't help, they hurt. What has your experience been with Unifi? Or you have any alternatives you're using to Unifi? Let's have that discussion down in the comments. I don't think this story is over, and I'm really interested to see how Ubiquiti writes this next chapter. If you want to keep following along and you like Unifi content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.